Welcome, Fernando. We are here with Fernando from Savills Investment Management. If you want to introduce yourself, a bit of the company, please.
Thank you. Yeah, well, it's a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you so much. My name is Fernando Ramírez de Haro. I'm head of Savills IM for Spain and Portugal. Savills IM is the investment manager of the Savills Group. We manage around 25 billion worldwide and 1.5 billion in the Iberian Peninsula, of which roughly 10% is in Portugal currently.
As an experienced investor in Iberia, how you personally see your investors right now in Portugal?
So currently in Portugal, we are very active in the retail sector. We have around, well, roughly north of 100 million euros invested in retail, mainly in food retail. What we like about the retail sector is that it is roughly the same size of the retail sector in Spain, but with a quarter of the population, roughly, as well, meaning that it is more liquid, more institutional, and also uncorrelated to the Spanish market. So we are allocating to Spain and specifically to Portugal, as opposed to allocating to the Iberian Peninsula. Our funds that are raised out of Germany, they allocate to Southern Europe, and our allocation will be more Spain, Portugal, and Italy. And in Portugal, we are quite happy with the performance of our investments, and looking forward also to grow in retail. We are also looking into other sectors like offices or logistics, but it is more difficult to enter into those segments from a core perspective because we don't find the right product and it is not liquid enough. There are not enough transactions so that we can find the appropriate investments.
And talking about Portugal, what is the main challenge that you guys have already been here, and also maybe in Spain? How you deal with the challenge? What are the main challenges?
So in our real estate sector, well, there are quite a lot of challenges, but maybe in Spain the challenge is more, let's say, the licensing time, the time to license, the time to open a development. There is also uncertainty regarding regulation, in particular in the living sector. In Portugal, I think it's not that relevant for us, meaning the time to license is not that relevant for us because we are more in the core segment, so we are not exposed to that risk. It is more the lack of a suitable product for a core investor in some of the sectors like logistics or offices. So the transaction volumes in those segments are so low that make it very difficult to, let's say, find comparable evidence and to convince ourselves that we are going to be able to sell or to exit in a timely manner. Also, another thing we like about Portugal is how permeable it is to international investment. It's around 85% of the investment is coming from abroad. That is also very encouraging in the sense that it is more liquid and more institutional. The Spanish market, I think, is more national in a way, or more domestic than the Portuguese.
Looking at different asset classes that Savills right now is joining or investing, which one do you think it's going to lead in the next years for the market and also for you as a company?
So roughly 50% of the investment volume in the market is retail. I think that is, well, naturally going to be reduced because other sectors like hospitality or living are naturally going to grow, but we are not that active in hospitality. We are looking into moving into living, so living would be maybe the top answer. Maybe offices as well, and also logistics. If the market is able to produce the appropriate stock, which is doing, but it is not coming in the short term. It takes time for land to be developed and to be transformed into appropriate logistic stock. One of the I would say frustrations that we see when we look at the Portuguese and also the Spanish market is that we believe that we would be able to allocate more capital into this market, but we are not able to find the appropriate stock. So if the market was if the market is prepared to generate the appropriate stock, there will be a lot more of foreign investment coming into Portugal, or core foreign investment. If just to give you an idea, we manage around 6 billion of logistic assets in Europe. It is very easy that we have an allocation of, I don't know, 5% of that to Portugal, and definitely we will not be able to do that due to the lack of product.
And you mentioned about logistics, right? What about data centers, about the new trends that we are seeing? There's something, not only data centers, but for the new trends that you guys are looking. Are you meant to invest, not only in Portugal? How is that?
Well, we are not that active in alternatives yet. We are, let's say, monitoring, but we are not that active. We are more in the plain vanilla retail, office, logistics, and living. And now we are very active in living, but living has a lot of different, let's say, subsectors. Yes. And what we have been doing recently is PBSA within the living sector. We've been able to buy in Northern Europe, and we've done a lot of work analyzing in Spain and Portugal, and we are looking forward to entering into PBSA in Spain and specifically in Portugal as well. Yeah.
That's great. That's great to hear. Also, last question. What about the advice you should give for the ones who are coming to Portugal to invest, and also development, the newcomers?
I would say that it is not easy to find the right core product, but once you find it, the performance that we've seen is quite good, or even better than expected. In the value-added segment and the transformation development, it is very important to not underestimate the time to license, and more importantly, to pick the right local partner, because I mean, real estate is a local business where local knowledge is critical for success.
That's great. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Real pleasure.